I'm concerned, with due respect to them, this is a joke. We are driving this vehicle to anarchy.
Okay. And
we must fix the vehicle, get a competent driver, careful, competent driver that will focus on our destination. The inequality in weight distribution in Nigeria is unacceptable. 350 Nigerians owe AMCOM 5.4 trillion. That is about 15 billion each. So that is bad debt.
So some of these rich men are just
this is bad debt. Bad debt.
Right.
If you take 5.4 trillion and share it to our unemployed undergraduates at 1 million, it will be 5.4 million. And I tell you, from my own experience of giving out 1 million, about 60% of them will make it. That's 3.2 million. And they will equally create a job of an additional 3. You have 10 million people employed. That is how economy works.
Let's go.
Economy doesn't work on giving people money to eat today and then nothing for tomorrow. You are elected to be a resource creator and manager.
I like that.
You should create wealth. You should be able to say, what do we do to save money? Yeah. I didn't print money to save the money I told you I saved.
Yeah.
I don't need to borrow money. Yeah, we have people who say they achieve something when they borrowed a fortune.
Yeah.
And put the state in a difficulty as they were living and are being celebrated. What is the problem of the country today? We are so divided as a nation along tribal, ethnic, religious lines. Who will unite us? Because we're no longer a nation. There's a reason why there's rule of law. No system can function if not for the rule of law. Otherwise, we have a state of nature. The main reason for creation of nations and states is that we move from a law of nature to where there's rules and regulation. So obeying that is fundamental. And I don't think it actually affects the issue of security by obeying the rule of law. Of course, we have a constitution, yeah. We have laws guiding us and everything, and those who interpret that decides that this is the way to go, we should obey that. Every citizen of a country, irrespective of your position, should obey the law. That is the fundamental and core yardstick for existence of any nation. The security is worse today than it was before he came into office. The economy, for me, I said it before, is on a life support because of the amount of debt. That is unacceptable. And using about 50% of our resources, of our revenue to service debts, and where we cannot say this debt was used for this, but for me it's critical. Our level of poverty have worsened. Most kids are out of school. Unemployment have increased and it's worsening by the day. Of course, you told that for every minute 6 Nigerians going to debt instead of coming out of it. So the situation is getting worse all over.
That was where Peter Obi dropped a bombshell at that time. This interview, you listen to this. Let's be honest to ourselves here. Are you really telling me that Peter Obi forward, Peter Obi, Tinubu, Atiku, or whoever that is going to contest, when you put them forward as you want to hire somebody to represent your company, you want to hire somebody as a CEO of your company, when you listen to all speaks that you hired them before Peter Obi, no. You're not hiring somebody because of his capacity in terms of beating people up to be part of, to come and patronize your company. No, that's not the purpose. You don't have to. When you go for an interview, the questions they ask you, they are not asking you question based on your physical, like your agberoism. How many people you can beat up for them to surrender? How many people can, no. It's what you just listen to. The purpose vehicles. What do you have for this company? How do you plan to make this company grow? We are suffered in the hands of the previous CEO or the previous MD of this company. We suffered. This company lost a lot of money. Now we want to recover those money. We want to progress. So how do we make sure that this company do not go bankruptcy? This company do not collapse? What is your vision? How do you plan in moving this company forward? Is what you have listened to. It's coming from a company that is coming from a background, a verifiable background of handling different, managing different companies successfully. Now the thing is, like I said, that one is not even arguable. You see, or then you cannot choose these people before Peter. Peter Obi will definitely be number one. You choose him before all this. The thing is, In 2027 election is around the corner, is what we are all talking about here. How do we make sure that Peter Obi wins this election and is being sworn in 2027? We do not want the same mistake to repeat itself again. Do you understand? We do not want the same mistake to repeat itself. That's why we are here talking about it. What are we going to do? How are we going to do it? Are we sure that Peter Obi will be able to sworn in? If you ask anybody, can Peter Obi win 2027 presidential election? The answer is yes. Peter Obi will win the 2027 election. But Nigerians will put caveat on it that, hey, Peter Obi will win. Can they give it to him? They said no, they're not going to give it to him. They're not going to swear in him. He's not able to defend the vote. His vote. And how do you expect him to defend the vote? That's why we are Nigerians, patriotic Nigerians who want change. That we all want change. We are to go out, vote, and defend our vote. You don't expect Peter Obi to be everywhere at the same time. Every polling unit to defend his vote. Do you understand what I'm saying? So this is it. We all need to defend our vote, and defend it. I do not want to come back here again after 2027 election and start complaining about bad government, bad leadership. In fact, to begin with, you're not even going to call Peter Obi a politician. He is not a politician. He's a leader who can lead. He's a leader who can lead. To an extent, when you listen to him, many times he tells you how he was able to govern Anambra State when he had opportunity to be their governor. He delivered excellently. That one is still there. And the money he left in office are then excellent. No governor has ever done that. Because he did that, some governors were even mocking him. Like, hey, he be Jew now, he be Smalley, you don't know. I will leave money for office now. We don't chop money, Nigeria money. You will leave them for office. Leave them for who? Your successor. For you. You don't need money with that. He does not need Nigerians' money. This is his state money. He does not need it. He has his own personal money. And he has been doing that. He has been using this money to do whatever he's doing. He doesn't. So what are we saying? I do not want to sit here after 2027 election and start complaining about bad leadership. I want to sit here and celebrate with you that Peter Obi has won and be sworn in as the president. If Peter Obi wins, that means Africa wins. Peter Obi win 2027 election and be sworn in. It means Africa, not just Nigeria, Africa as the whole wins. You begin to see changes. If Africa succeed, if Nigeria succeed, Africans succeed. That's it. Don't joke with that. Very important. You see, people saying Tinubu, we know, that's why we are all talking, that he is a master of election rigor. Look, electionary, in terms of free and fair election, Tinubu does not conclude. Atiku does not conclude. El-Rufai does not conclude. Or the planning of Rotimi, it does not conclude. You cannot see another Peter Obi. Peter Obi is Peter Obi. You cannot get another person of Peter Obi. If there is any other person you can use to replace Peter Obi, please write it on that comment section. Be it the past governors, present ones, senators, ministers. If there is anybody you can use to replace and say, okay, Peter Obi cannot do it, this person will do it better than Peter Obi, please write it on that comment section. I'm not talking about somebody who have influence to influence all these bad boys, Agberu, to disturb you on the road, to stop you going to your job. No, I'm talking about somebody who is competent to protect you, to make sure your job is being secure. If you do not have a job, to make sure that you have a job, to make sure that your job is secured. You can go to your job and come back and be safe. Sleep at home, close your eyes while you sleep. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about somebody who has the capacity to stop the vehicle you are driving to work, to say you did not pay this amount of money, you are not going to get past this route, go back. I'm not talking about, that is not the way to grow an economy. No, I'm not talking about somebody who will come to your wherever you are managing and shut down to say you have committed no offense, but because of hatred, because of whatever reasons, because of jealousy, and decided to do that. No, I'm talking about somebody who has the capacity to unite everybody, this country. Somebody who is going to lead and not lead us astray. Somebody who is going to unite us. Somebody who is going to bring development. Somebody who we're going to be a leader that every other person look onto. That's what I'm talking about. People will say, Yes, the election, Peter Obi or Tinubu is now he has the power, he's there. How do you expect? How can you defeat Tinubu? We can defeat him. Now the thing is electoral reform. We are all advocating, shouting, talking about electoral reform, which I like a lot of people. We talking about it. Peter Randy advocating for that. Hey, I tell you this for free. Even if we have electoral reform, by God's grace, they will answer us, they give it to us, sign that into law. If that is being signed into law, is it guaranteed that INEC will not still come out and do otherwise and talk about glitches again? If you sign that is being signed into law, and again he says because of the influence of Tinubu, he has the capacity to influence the INEC. But if we have INEC chairman who is not being moved by their threat, by their whatsoever, and decided to do the right thing because he is too, he could see the state of the nation that the country is breathing, and decided to give this election to the rightful winner, Tinubu does not come close in 2027. Nobody comes close. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's how it should be. We should all come together as we advocate for electoral reform. Let that be signed into law. We still continue on that day. Go to your polling units, vote, and defend your vote. And we are all ready to defend our vote. Simple. Very simple. Even Peter Obi decided to go solo today and vote. A lot of Nigerians will vote for him because he's the man. There is nobody, if not Peter Obi, there is nobody to replace him. No. You know, you have two options. You say, okay, if this person does not work, okay, no worry, we have another person who is going to do it better. If not Peter Obi, somebody else could do, but he's never going to do it better than Peter Obi. We are still, that one is still going to be managing. Oh, okay, we could not get the right person. We could not get the best. We could not get the best. Okay, we decided to go for this. No, you cannot get the best when Peter Obi is still alive. You can never get the best when Peter Obi is still alive. He is the best. Take it or leave it, he's the best. This is not a situation where you wanted to go and buy a car. You know this is the brand that you wanted. This is the quality of a car that you wanted. Because of money, you do not have money to buy that. You decided to go with what your money could afford. At the end, you start complaining. You don't like this facility. You don't, even if whenever you drive that car, you are not happy for yourself because the qualities of those things that you wanted is not actually what you wanted, what you got. But based on what you could afford at that time, you just decided to manage. Actually, this car will carry me, go your this, go, I come back, no problem. That one is managing. You are managing, but you are not there. You do not have the best, but you have what you want at the time, but you do not have the best. This time, we want the best. Anyways, I don't know how to explain it again, but I think I said a lot. And what do we need to do? We all need to come together, 2027. And vote for this man and ready to defend our vote. Do not allow anybody to deceive you. Please, what do you think? Share this video and please follow for more.